Awaken, puppets of Gepetto, and welcome fans, new and loyal, to the next installment of your Liza P plus DLC Overture, easy to follow, Platinum Guide. This should be the last video of the first run. We'll then go into New Game Plus and make our way towards the DLC. Exciting times. First, we've got a couple of bosses to defeat, and that's what we're going to do. So, coming forward, just making sure. So we've got Carcass Fluid as a Hail Mary. We're only going to use this to finish the fight. Cube, Acid Abrasive, Shot Puts. We've got our Grindstone with Perfection on, ready to roll. We've got the Aegis equipped, and I don't think I have the correct... Yeah, no, I don't. So we're going to put on the Spaced Armor Liner for strike damage. Use a Star Fragment to summon the Spectre. And similar to the Lexasia fight, this is Acid weak, so the first thing we're going to do is block, and then when it's safe we're going to put on Acid first. Grindstone we're going to use for phase 2. 2 full health bars. Hit hard, and phase 2 has a lot of attacks that can take around 2/3 to 3/4 of your health in one go. So, focus on defense, play smart.
Show me everything you have, puppet of Gepetto.
So, Aegis, I'm blocking. Taking away. Grindstone. Now, as far as I'm aware, you cannot break his weapon. I have definitely tried. Backing away. But what you can do is use perfect blocks to improve on your stagger. Uh-oh. Oh, that was way on time. Fell for the bait. Ah. Range is so annoying. That's in phase 2. Spectre's still got a good amount of health. So the first thing I'm going to do is look to use my Perfection Grindstone. So there's a lot more ranged attacks, as you can see in this phase. Spectre. Charger. Okay, so this attack, he's going to pull forth the giant finger of God. You cannot block it. All you can do is just get as far away as possible. Acid on. So as you can see, I've kept my distance through a lot of this. Oh, giant finger. Uh-oh, 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 this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Deal. Okay. as always, he's now not out the way. Get it, Spectre. What I was trying to say is, once you get the stagger, he does an extra attack. Fable, subduction. Lovely. Okay, at the end of the fight, there is a timed decision. He's going to ask you what we did with Sophia. You are going to say, I liberated her from Arche, Abbey. He's going to ask, what did you do? I liberated her from Arche, Abbey. Timed decision. Also, trophy achievement number 31 of 43 from the main game. The Awakened
So,
God.
it comes to this. Truly isn't I, Sophie.
Liberated her from Arche, Abbey.
I see the light, no knowing but pure evil. It's fine if I'm gone.
Not only do we get humanity points,
But
we're also going to get main game trophy achievement 32 of 43, Story of the One Who Dreamed. Full One's Ergo and the Arm of God. Walk to the center and go down. Another wonderful unskippable Gemini conversation coming. He's going to confess that we can't get rid of him.
Now him, he really scared me. A human becoming a god? Terrifying. But a puppet becoming a human? Now you have my attention. Suit yourself, but sounds fun to me. I wonder, what'll happen now? I sure don't know. But I do know one thing. You're stuck with me, and I'm stuck with you, pal. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, because you're so useful, Gemini. You point out the obvious. Even your light, Manad's light, doesn't offer that much light. The one thing he's supposed to do. I know it's the whole, Gemini is the conscience, and it's a nod back to the book, but yeah, I feel like they kind of missed the beat. I love this game, don't get me wrong. It's still one of my top 3. But there's a couple of things that I feel like are just not for me. So, importantly, we're going to walk to the hotel before we finish the game, as that is what that Gepetto is waiting for. Now we're going to get the best ending first, which means we are going to fight the Nameless Puppet. Refill Fable. Head over to Hugo.
I want to give Alan.
Get the Noblesse Oblige from the Fallen One's Ergo. Up we go. Gather fruit. If you can, get recovery or advance,
Stalker.
whatever your preference is there. I'm going to get recovery. And I'm going to switch the cube's wishstone to recovery. This is a one-on-one fight for the end. Alright, equipment. Your Hail Mary this time is going to be throwing cells, as it is a puppet, therefore it is weak to electric, and that means we're also going to put on the Electric Blitz Abrasive as well. Equipment on the liner. You want the Faber Reinforced, you want Slash, and thankfully the secondary is on Pierce, so those are the 2 attack types it's going to be using. Lots of Slash and a little bit of Pierce. at the Stargazer, level up Vigor to 20, and we're going to warp to 1110 up the Abyss. Okay, so the nameless puppets. First and foremost, we're going to talk to Gepetto. We're going to get a time decision. He is going to ask us to give over our heart so that he can then put it into his, air quotes, perfected puppet version of Carlo, which he will then basically, he's creating Android Carlo. Now we are Puppet Carlo, he's going to create Android Carlo. Completely ignoring the fact that we have already become human. We have a pounding heart, we have shown emotion, we have shown empathy. He's going to ignore all of that. If you let him have his way, and we will have to do that because we need all three endings, he then kills everybody in the hotel. Well, also he gets us to kill everybody in the hotel. That is the bad ending. We're going for the best ending first, which is the ending where we, if you remember the Statue of Mercy, where there was a statue of a boy, of a girl holding a boy, that is the ending that we are going to get. Now, to do this, we refuse to give our heart. So he's going to say, give me your heart, we refuse. We are then going to have to fight the nameless puppet. You're going to focus on defense as a priority. Now, this is the hardest boss by a long distance so far in the game. What you're going to do is you're going to use an electric abrasive straight off the bat, and then you're going to save your durability grindstones for phase 2 when he's a lot faster and a lot more aggressive. Don't be afraid or feel bad if it takes you a few attempts. It definitely took me a few attempts on my first go. It may take me a few attempts here. He can represent a lot of damage. Very much play safe on this fight. But firstly, talk, refuse.
I knew I'd do. If you give me your heart, son.
Yeah. I refuse.
I believed you were, but in my own way.
He's now going to show off his fleshlight gloves.
I'm disappointed.
If you watch the cutscene, it will all make sense.
You can become a real human.
Oh, wrong one.
Come to me, my son.
Bad. Okay.
I never bound you to the Grand Company like the other puppets because of Carlo's memories within you.
Oh, I'm messing up all my block timings, which is not good. I'm wasting the electric blitz.
I knew you had promised trouble. You troublesome little puppet. Your freedom is not
Okay,
for you,
so
but for
if in
Carlo.
doubt, start using normal attacks. There we go. That's the one.
The lash, but there's no other way.
I'm sorry. Charge in.
If you can't find those memories, I'll make you into a real human myself.
Saving my pulse cells for phase 2.
After I lost my life,
I actually benefited from this.
if only I had spent more time with you. If only I had read you your favorite book, Father to Son. Forgive me, Carlo.
Okay.
Please. How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am the workshop leader.
Need to recover. Have one of these, have one of these. Have one of these. No! Ah, I didn't roll. And this is where the Hail Marys come in. I'm so sorry, that was so scrappy and bad on my part. I didn't use the Aegis enough to begin with. I missed a lot of block timings. But as you can see, even if you're scrappy and you don't do well, you can still get through that fight. You've just got to lock in at some point, basically. But the electric damage does a heck of a lot. As you saw, the Perfection Grindstone for Phase 2 is hugely beneficial. And yeah. Actually, let's watch the Falcon Punch. Yeah! Squanch. Oh, so good. Okay, you're going to get Trophy Achievement 33 of 43 for defeating the first puppet, for the first puppet trophy. You get the best ending of the game, which I sadly skipped. And then you get your Rise of P trophy. That is main game trophy 34 of 43. Post-credits, you're going to see Giangio actually reveal his true self. Paracelsus, that's it. I just know his initials are PP. So you get the leak for the sequel, the Lies of Dorothy, which I cannot wait for. I really hope it gets released. Now, importantly, do not start New Game Plus. It's going to give you the option. You're going to say no. You're going to press circle or B on Xbox to cancel. You must go back to the hotel. Circle, return to hotel. we've got some work to do before we get back to Journey 2. Okay, firstly, come to the left. The piano is now glowing. You can now play a masterpiece, which I'm going to skip. Play it, you get trophy achievement 35 of 43, the Pianist of Krat. Head over to Hugo. You can see he's now adopted the Alidoro persona.
Oh, did I scare?
It's me, Hugo.
This whole thing. I will also keep a great weapon.
Trade the Nameless Puppet's Ergo for the Proof of Humanity. That is your last special weapon. And that is trophy achievement 36 of 43, Special Weapon Collector. If you don't have it, and you have all these, you haven't picked up the Golden Lie. Go to the office and do that. Now we're going to recharge Fable. Head over to Polydina.
Welcome to...
Purchase the cheap Full Moonstone of the Covenant and one of the expensive Full Moonstones of the Covenant. That's going to help us for our DLC weapons. And up to you what special weapon you want to use. For new, if at all, for New Game Plus, but you do need to level up a special weapon to level 5. Now, I like the moon set, I think it's
So
cool,
much has happened.
so I'm going to stick
It's
with Proof of
all- I
Humanity.
just want safety. That's why I should.
However, there are definitely alternative weapons. It has a 30 crit rate. There are other weapons. So the Tyrant Murder's Dagger, but I'm trying to find... no, where is it? The Trident of the Covenant. So this is a weapon that a lot of people have said to use instead of Proof of Humanity as a special weapon with a crit rate. Because it has a lunging stabbing move, it doesn't get caught on as many walls and things like that. Definitely a good alternative. However, I like the moveset from the Proof of Humanity. Or just keep with the booster axe, but again, make sure you get a weapon to level 5. So I'm going to upgrade Proof of Humanity to level 5. And that's going to be trophy achievement 37 of 43 from the main game, strongest special weapon. Alter handle of whichever weapon you're going to use, and make sure it has the technique handle crank on it for technique scaling. Later on, we are going to reset with balance, but for the moment, we've got no investment in our motivity. All of it's into technique. So you want to put that scaling handle on whichever weapon you're going to be using. So for me, that is the Proof of Humanity, just like we have on our booster axe already. Replace the Hunter's Amulet with the Assassin's Amulet. We are later going to be at a point where we don't need carriers anymore, so we'll have 4 more active amulets, but for now we still need carriers. Swap your liner for the Spaced Armor Liner for strike damage, as most of the beginning of the game is all strike attacks. Equip the Larder Disruption cartridge. That is the highest defense option for us. Equip the Large Capacity Insulation Converter, again, highest defense opportunity for us. And I'm going to equip the Proof of Humanity. As I said, it's The booster axe actually offers us more damage overall, but I just like the move set of the weapon, and it's nice to use different things. At this point, I just get into the habit of just having shot puts available for some of the elites and fights in New Game Plus, but that's up to you. Similar to the cube as well. Pulcinella.
You have been such...
Purchase. In case you want the options, there are some more grindstones. The main one is Satisfaction, increases crit rate. So if you don't want the perfect guard, I really recommend the crit rate one. You also have the acid grindstone as well, so let's get that. Just checking my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. Nope. Polydina.
Welcome.
Purchase, just so that we've got 30 Sawtooth, so I've got 24. I'm buying 6 more. Up. Gather fruit. And head into Gepetto's office. This is very important as this is trophy related, and this is... You'll have to do the good ending again to get this, so it's very important you get this. To the office, to the table is the blue butterfly's letter. Read that, and you will get trophy achievement 37 of 43 from the main game, the story of the blue butterfly. Right. At the Stargazer, switch Legion arm back to the puppet string, and you are now ready to restart. Take a moment and start next playthrough. It's going to let you choose your difficulty. I'm going to stay on standard difficulty. This way you get the full experience of the game's difficulty. However, do not feel ashamed in any way, shape or form, or if you just want to lower the difficulty, if you want it to be a more pleasant experience for you, there is no penalty for dropping the difficulty. And in fact, for the final run through of the game, I drop it to the basic difficulty because we've already completed it on new game difficulty. There's no need to do it again. Right, here we are, back again. Do you wish to reset? No, we're all good for the P organ. So we can't break this, and the door behind is closed. You also cannot run at this point.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Onward we go.
My Jiminy, please.
Got to pick up the lamp, and annoyingly it replaces one of your equipment slots, so we're just going to fix that. Open the door.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
Make sure to remember to equip your weapon of choice. Workbench, you can do things like Legion arms and P organs. We don't need to do anything there. Okay, a familiar run through. So when you get that big flash, that means you've done a critical hit, and you'll find with weapons like this, plus with the Assassin's Amulet, you get that quite often. All Ergo, whether it be collected through enemy defeat or Ergo items, all Ergo is upgraded when you go to new game onwards. So that is the reward you get for the harder difficulty. Harder difficulty, enemies have more health and they deal more damage. The trade-off being that obviously you are more leveled up. So the early game is going to be, well, should be a lot easier because we are way over leveled at this point. And the intention is that we want that to be the general feel. So you will notice the enemies definitely hit harder. But so do we. It's mainly the amount of damage for the extra health they have. Bosses tend to last a bit longer because their extra health outdoes the amount of extra damage we deal. Grab this thermite, and in the majority of cases I'm only going to get things that are en route. I'm not going to detour too much unless it's worth the detour. So I'll grab some extra quartzes along the way. Here, puppy, puppy, puppy. So, something to experiment that I've shown there. So you've got a normal R1 with this weapon. You don't always just have to hold R2, you can just tap R2. And then you've got different combinations between R1 and R2. Still try and grab Ergo items, as I said, they are all upgraded. So dim becomes vivid, and so forth. Open the shortcut door, just in case. And don't forget we can use our grindstone as well, if we want to be extra cautious with enemies like this one. See, the Fable move's just so cool as well. And you'll notice all of the equipment is now +1. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be better than what we've got, because what we've got is already the best one for the main game. But, comparatively, so that gives us 25... Oh yeah, so that gives us 11.61, that gives us 15.25. So they're slightly heavier than their counterparts, but they give us better defense options. Everything's pretty much the same until we get to the merchant just before the parade leader, as he will have our first golden record. So the golden records are only available in New Game Plus onwards, and they will represent the last records we need to complete the 16 records from the main game.
This
So I'm ignoring that left section, as the rewards are not worth the extra effort. Gonna come up here because this bit's very easy. And on we go. Remember to take the upper path first. And then we can get the backstab on this sniper. It's going to make this puppet come to us. Remember that there's a dog here, so don't sprint, just walk. Come to the left. Grab the ergo. Grindstone up for the elite. Rope here, we can now rope instead of sawtooth. Similarly to the sniper. Grab the thermite. Just in case you do end up abusing durability, grab this urgent repair tool still. There are a couple of fights that do wear down your weapon durability, so it's good to have those, which is why I do have them on the up D-pad on my extra pouch shortcut belt. Excuse me. Thank you. How rude. Right. And as I mentioned, this is our first difference.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
At the merchant, you're going to buy 3 throwing cells and a record. That's 6,600 ergo in total.
You ought to buy out here alone.
So there is the Proposal Flower Wolf Part 1 gold record. And 3 nice and cheap ergo. And actually let's buy the 3 cheap electric blitz as well. So that is record 11 of 16 from the main game. The golden Proposal Flower Wolf.
This, as we gathered at the start.
Up to you at this point. Well, firstly, I'm going to get rid of all of these horrible blue icons. I don't know what you if it's the same for you, but I cannot stand them. There we go. I'm going to switch the wish stone. I don't think we're going to need to use the cube, so I'm going to take that off. Up to you if you want to switch to the Aegis for this. However, it's the parade leader. It shouldn't be too difficult at this point. If last time was your first time playing through the game, you'll find you can now skip cutscenes because you've done them before. If it is the first time on your account playing, then you will not be able to do so. Stone up. Go through him. As you can see, I'm not really worried about this fight at all. And to be fair, if I was using the booster axe, it would probably be over already by now. Okay. And now what you'll see is actually, I didn't mention, you can read the subtitles for them. They're no longer blurred. That gets more prevalent as we go further along. Yeah, you could have given the king a real festival. I can't remember what these items are. They're not in my notes, so can't be that important.
One more thing I should mention.
At the door, we're going to lie again.
Security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside.
So we're going to get, the second ending we're going to get is what I call the meh ending, or the short ending. So for this one, we need enough humanity that we can refuse. So we are actually going to get our heart beating again, most likely. However, what we're going to do this time differently is we are going to let Sophia live, which is ironic because she dies straight afterwards, but we're not going to take her ergo, and that's how we're going to lock in the meh ending. We have enough humanity that we can refuse and we don't give the heart over, but we don't take Sophia's ergo. At the door, lie, we are human. Human. And we're back to reacting springs. When it lets you skip the cutscene. Right.
I am Sophia. You must look at Gemini.
Exhaust Sophia's dialogue, get the moon phase pocket watch.
I'll use my without gather in the as you. I'll use my power.
Go over to Eugenie.
I heard about you.
Skip the cutscene about the Legion arm that we've already got.
I know.
Don't worry, none of this resets what you've already got, anything you've invested into. Okay. That's exhausted all their dialogues. Recharge your fable. Now, head over to the record player. We're going to play Proposal Flower Wolf Part 1 Gold. You don't need it to play all the way through, as the gold records do not give you humanity at the end. But you do need to play every record. Not in its entirety, just the first couple of seconds. Talk to Antonia. We're going to get the free ergo. So, equip someone's memory. And use the show off clothes gesture.
It suits you. For a moment there, you look just like... Oh, forgive me, I'm rambling. When you get to my age, your memories are like good friends. And just as distracting.
Head over to Polydina.
Welcome. My name. Please let hotel. Welcome.
Purchase the 2 quartz.
I told you.
Go to Sophia, level up, and we're going to increase our technique to 36. More damage. And now we can go onwards. Yep. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood.
Hey, let's be more careful. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later, where we're safe.
Sadly, we do have to talk to Gemini because it's mandatory. How am I doing on time?
What?
Exhaust there. What's the... Oh, okay, it's just the teleport. I was wondering why it had the new symbol. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for this video. Congratulations, you have defeated and congratulations, you've completed Lies of P, and you've got the best ending that the game has to offer. So huge congratulations and well done on that. And I can't wait to take you through the New Game Plus and the DLC journey. So once we complete Chapter 9, we'll be heading into the DLC, into the past, to learn more about what happened to Carlo, how Gepetto sucks. We already know he sucks, but we learn even more about that. We get to follow the story of Aladoro, the legendary stalker. It's such a good DLC, and the weapons are chef's kiss. Thank you all so much. Drop me a like on the video, please, if you found it informative, entertaining, or enjoyable in any way, shape, or form. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you all. You're all amazing. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.